Super Retro Force.
What is up, YouTube? I guess Iowa Retro Gamer Dad here became a big influencer on YouTube and is requiring and making people, influencing them to sell their retro game collections and doing something that they don't want to do. According to a comment or two that I've read in the past, that has been the main complaint with some of my recent videos where I've talked about FOMO, selling off the game collection, that mainly getting rid of games that you don't want to play anymore, and just talking about in general the mental health aspect behind collecting to begin with, and why a lot of us really just focus in on this. Jeez, I don't even know where to start with this. So most of my videos in the past have been about collecting addiction and like I said, the mental health aspect behind why I felt like I guys, not you, I'm not pointing out to anybody. I know a lot of people support this cause. There's a few people out there that like to troll it, but I'm talking about my experiences alone and why I did what I did. Now, whether or not that kind of helps you is a different story. As a lot of you know, I'm in a program with Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, and a lot of times when we tell our stories, it helps other people see that they're not alone in their troubles and that something can be done. So there is people out there that suffer from having too many video games, having the constant need to hunt for games to get that dopamine spike, and you know, a bunch of the other stuff that comes along with this. Now, if my videos had helped them finally get some, you know, sanity, or just in general to see that they're not alone, then awesome. And if it influenced them to do that, I guess then it is what it is. But I don't take any of this as negative, and I don't believe that I am not out there trying to change the market, trying to make it so that retro games are cheaper again, or influencing people to sell to resellers because those are my best friends or anything like that. This has mainly just been talking about my own experiences. A lot of people say now that how my game room looks so bare. Why did I get rid of all that stuff? All that years of hunting. And it's just been liberating is the right word for me anyways. Yes, I still have a decent amount of games obviously behind me. It's just I have more stuff than that. This is just, I've been dragging my feet on getting my room put back together after after the flooding that Iowa had, and I've just been kind of dragging my feet on it, being lazy, I guess. But I've gotten so many good comments, so many great DMs, and I know that, you know, this is what sometimes the mental things with this does. I know what I'm doing is working, and I know that it is helping people. Whether or not, you know, that you want to take it with a grain of salt, saying that I'm influencing the easily influenced to sell their stuff, then it is what it is. But I can tell you what, I haven't had one person reach out to me that took, you know, seen what I was doing and also decided that that's what they wanted to do. And I've never had anybody reach out in a negative way and saying, I can't believe I did that, I regret it so much now. It's actually been the exact opposite. I've only ever heard positive remarks. Specifically, a few people saying that, hey, you know, I was having an issues with credit card debt. I was having issues with in my marriage, my family life, and I was, you know, almost like I said, it was almost like a drug addiction where they were having all these issues with their just video games. And watching a video of mine to see that they weren't alone actually helped them out. One person specifically, you know, I like to remain anonymous with this because I don't want to disclose people's names and stuff. They had told me that at one point they had $10,000 in debt on a credit card because of buying. Just buying. It was a shopping addiction. They were just going after games, whatever they seen good deals, stopping wherever they went, and then using their credit cards, and then saying, hey, you know what, this will be the last time. This will be the last time that I purchase, something this big, or buy this, and, a ton of this will be the last time. A video like mine, or just in general, people talking about these mental aspects of all this and stuff too, really helps people out that sometimes don't see or are not aware of the situation that they're in. I know in the past, like I said, when I've been sober 11 years now, and I didn't notice how bad my drinking and drug use was until I got in trouble with the law, spent a little time in jail, went to rehab, got a few months of sobriety behind me. I could see that, what I was doing was not good. It kind of, they say that the smoke cleared, and then I could see my life for what it really was. And that was kind of when I was watching videos on people selling some of their stuff off. Specifically, a big one was when RGT85 sold his collection, and I myself started looking around at my collection, and I seen a lot of the stuff he was putting on there, and I'm like, man, I got stuff like that. And then, just the wording behind it is, I'm not going to play this, I don't want it anymore, I'm going in a total different direction with my life. And I kind of agreed with that, and I think that's what really, kind of stuck to me. I had all this stuff, I didn't play it, I didn't let anybody touch it. I essentially just sat here at times, looked around my room, and just, basically like Smog or whatever from The Hobbit, I just basically just was like, yeah, look at all my stuff. And I didn't enjoy it after a while. It became not fun to have. And even when your youngest son, who is still fresh in the world, comes down and says, Dad, you got a lot of games, and then, but says it almost and just kind of like, you got a lot of games, and it's crazy because his little, and seeing, I think one of the biggest kind of turning points for me too was seeing some of my traits kind of rub off on him. So he has a PS4 in his room, he has a Nintendo Switch, and he was bragging about how many games he had. And seeing that kind of a little bit of, not hoarder mentality, but the collection mentality is starting to take roll, and him not want to get rid of older sports games just because then he would have less games was kind of like, oh crap, we need to talk about this. Collecting, there's nothing wrong with collecting, guys. And that's the big thing, because I'm trying to find the right words. I don't want you guys to think that I'm so against collecting that you guys shouldn't do it. This is bad and everything like that. It's not. There's nothing wrong with collecting, but you need to collect within means. And what that means is, if you have places to put it, if you have the income for it, and if you still enjoy it. Those are three huge things right there. And I started losing that. I started losing, one, the passion for it, for collecting just to have games. And I was losing room for it. I was buying those black shelves behind me, and even then I was starting to put stuff in the storage totes and everything like that because I was running out of room to put it. And that was when I noticed something was wrong. And especially too was I wasn't even playing video games anymore. You guys have seen recent streams. I've been having fun playing Trading Card Simulator, doing some of this other stuff, and it's been really a blast to play these games. I was finally able, it took a couple months of whatever tiny bit of money I make off YouTube. I was able to get a gaming monitor. I shouldn't say it's too much, like an extreme, whatever, a gaming monitor. And I've been playing some more PC games. I've been playing some NCAA football with my son and doing the stuff that I should have been doing from the beginning and enjoying them. yes, it's cool to have some of the stuff. Like I get comments all the time about the Power Glove, and you know the box collection that I have of all my video games, and you know my crazy expensive Final Fantasy 2 complete in box mint. And sometimes that feels so good to hear those comments and stuff, but it is just materials. I had one person reach out to me lately that had asked, what do I do if I sell the stuff and I want it back? If I regret it, and what do I do then? And in all honesty, it's pretty simple. Most of these items are not going to go away and disappear forever. And I think that was kind of some words of wisdom I had for some people, was if you could sell it and not want to buy it back, then you didn't need it in the first place. And what that basically means what I just said. If you could sell it and you had no remorse on selling it, then you didn't really need it in the first place, so you shouldn't feel it that way. But alas, a lot of people, you know, were like, well, I'm scared that I'm gonna sell it, and then when I want it back, it's gonna be 3 times as expensive. That's with anything in the world, guys. I mean, that's really how anything goes. But if you needed that money at the time for something specifically that you enjoyed, whether it be a different game, a while back I sold my Dreamcast, the console itself, and a few other things so I could get money to afford Hawkeye tickets so I could take my family to a Hawkeye football game and build memories with them instead of something that's sitting on a shelf. And that was more important to me than just, oh man, if I ever want that Dreamcast back, I'm gonna have to spend $70-$80 or whatever, you know. It was just, I'd much rather, like I said, enjoy the time with my family. That one day of fun at down in Iowa City, and then getting pizza and stuff afterwards, and then staying at a hotel, and taking my youngest son to his first football game was a lot more important to me than a bunch of filler video games. So, in summary, first of all, if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate all of you guys. And I'm not saying that even if you didn't make it this far in the video that I don't appreciate you guys, but the comments are always welcome and always loved. And even, like I said, reaching out to me on Instagram, DMing me, saying if this video has helped you or not, or just asking general questions about like what I did to help me get through this time of just selling off what I had to sell, you know. I welcome it all the time. If I don't get back to you right away, I'm sorry. I'll get back to you when I can. But it's just kind of is what it is. And I just want to say how much you guys mean to me in this channel, and it's always so fun to just read your guys' comments. So, do I influence people to sell their retro game collection? Possibly. But most of the time, you can't influence somebody to do something unless they were already considering that or have that planted in their head. So yes, I probably have influenced people to sell their collection. Whether or not it was a positive or negative thing really isn't what matters in the end. It's just kind of what happened, what you did. And you guys all have your own choices to make, just as I did. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, a great rest of your week. We're moving into Wednesday today. I'm recording this at 3 in the morning, and so hopefully have it released today at a later date. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it helps get you through the week. So, as always, stay retro, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.